Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our journey into the fascinating world of biology. Let me begin with a simple observation. Have you noticed how you start breathing faster when you run or when you climb a flight of stairs? That's your body demanding more energy. Respiration is the biological process that breaks down food molecules, especially glucose, to release energy that every cell needs to survive. This energy is stored in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Without ATP, not even a single life process could occur. But here's something very important: respiration is not the same as breathing. Breathing is the simple act of inhaling and exhaling air, while respiration is a deeper process taking place inside your cells where energy is actually released. So, how does respiration provide usable energy? The answer is ATP. When glucose breaks down inside cells, the energy released is used to make ATP, adenosine triphosphate. ATP works just like currency in your body. It pays for all the energy costs. Muscle contraction, nerve impulse transmission, active transport across membranes, even cell division, every one of these processes needs ATP. Think about it, every time you blink your eyes or your heart beats, millions of ATP molecules are being spent. But remember, ATP cannot be stored in large amounts. Cells are like live power stations. They must continuously generate ATP through respiration to keep life going. Here's the ATP cycle diagram. Food breaks down, ATP is generated and then used for life processes. Now, respiration can occur in two ways: aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic respiration needs oxygen. In this case, glucose completely oxidizes into carbon dioxide and water, releasing a large amount of energy. Anaerobic respiration, on the other hand, takes place without oxygen. Here, glucose only partially breaks down, releasing much less energy. In human muscles, this leads to lactic acid formation. In yeast, it produces alcohol and carbon dioxide. Have you ever felt muscle cramps after intense exercise? That's because of lactic acid buildup during anaerobic respiration. And in bakeries, yeast uses anaerobic respiration, fermentation, to make bread rise and produce alcohol. Here's a chart comparing aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Notice the difference in oxygen use, products, and energy yield. Now let's go deeper. What exactly happens inside the cell during respiration? Step 1. Glycolysis. This takes place in the cytoplasm, where glucose is broken into two molecules of pyruvate. A small amount of energy is released here. Step 2. The Krebs cycle. In the mitochondrial matrix, pyruvate is broken down further, releasing carbon dioxide and generating hydrogen carriers. Step 3. The electron transport chain. This happens in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Electrons are passed along a chain of carriers, and this releases the maximum amount of ATP. Altogether, aerobic respiration can generate as many as 36 ATP molecules from just one molecule of glucose. Isn't that efficient? Observe this flowchart: glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain. Each step is beautifully coordinated to squeeze maximum energy from food. Of course, respiration also depends on our respiratory system, which supplies oxygen to our cells and removes carbon dioxide. Air enters through the nostrils, passes into the pharynx, down the trachea, then into the bronchi, bronchioles, and finally reaches millions of alveoli in the lungs. Here's the fascinating part: the alveoli provide a total surface area almost as large as a tennis court. This massive area allows efficient gas exchange. Oxygen diffuses into the blood and binds with hemoglobin in red blood cells, while carbon dioxide diffuses out into the alveoli to be exhaled. look at this diagram of the human respiratory system and the cross-section of alveoli. It shows the elegance of gas exchange in our body. Now, how does the air actually move in and out of our lungs? During inspiration, the diaphragm contracts and moves downward while the rib cage expands. This increases the chest cavity, creating negative pressure, and air rushes into the lungs. During expiration, the diaphragm relaxes and moves upward, while the rib cage falls back. This reduces the chest cavity, and air is pushed out. This rhythmic breathing cycle ensures that oxygen is always available and carbon dioxide is constantly removed. Notice how your breathing rate speeds up when you exercise. That's because your body is demanding more oxygen and faster removal of carbon dioxide. Observe this diagram showing diaphragm movement during breathing. It explains inspiration and expiration clearly. So, let's bring everything together. Respiration is not just the act of breathing, it is the cellular process of breaking down food to generate ATP, the energy currency of life. We saw how aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, and the human respiratory system all work hand in hand to keep you alive and active. Every breath you take, every step you walk, every thought you think, powered by respiration. Even yeast fermenting sugar into alcohol, or your muscles cramping after a sprint, are examples of respiration in action. Isn't it incredible that such a simple act, breathing in and out, hides one of the most complex and vital processes of life? I hope this session has helped you appreciate the miracle of respiration. Biology truly is the science of life. In our next session, we'll explore transport, how the body distributes food, oxygen, and wastes. Until then, remember, with every breath, life continues.